Una don't do this beggy thing, carry am go international.
Nigerians are always begging.
Breaking news, Nigeria have disappointed Africa. IShowSpeed is in Nigeria right now, and let me tell you, the moment that he stepped foot in Nigeria, they started begging for money. Can you imagine this?
Those Nigerians for begging Speed for money.
Why are people in Africa always begging Americans?
Speed visited Nigeria.
Y'all take US dollars?
Countries begging for money is as.
And if you're Nigerian, I know you got secondhand embarrassment.
$10,000, I will be happy for Speed.
Even foreigners who come to this country will not see us as beggars.
In Nigeria, it is literally just begging, bro.
A lot of Nigerians to know that even if you want to beg, which I think you absolutely shouldn't, you should go and work. But if you feel like you need to beg, there's a time and a place.
National anthem, our national culture, begging. They have started begging him.
Guys, this is the moment Lekki Street Boy was captured on camera begging IShowSpeed for money. This Lekki Street Boy, he leg no the day one place. Even IShowSpeed is still they beg money. All the money we collected from the video no enough.
And if you're Nigerian, I know you got secondhand embarrassment watching Speed in Nigeria, as unfortunately the Nigerians there could not leave Speed alone without begging the man and borderline embarrassing themselves in the process.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm at the post office. Listen, bro. Listen, please, I'm a streamer. I'm big, I know, but please, let's do something. I'm suffered because of Rudy. I'm hold on. Can I get a
Good. Lifestyle interviewer in Africa. How you doing? Congratulations on your 50,000 sub. How do you feel?
50 million?
Yeah.
Not 50,000.
Okay, 50 million. Really?
Yeah.
You work so hard. Happy birthday to you. How old are you today?
21.
Jesus Christ. And you look so healthy and strong.
Now, besides this, the main thing that has gotten Nigerians throughout the diaspora, alongside the rest of the world, cringing, is this beggar's mentality that, for whatever reason, seems all the more evident in Nigeria. Now, don't get me wrong, in nearly all of Speed's tour streams, there's one or few people that ask him or beg him for things or favors. But for whatever reason, in Nigeria, this was an overwhelming theme. And if you actually watch the Nigeria stream with Speed, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm so sorry, this is coming from a Nigerian myself, but that was a hard watch.
In order to make me happy, when you give me $10,000 now, then we started from there.
Nigerians are trying to now turn begging into a culture.
I want to make you happy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Stop being angry. I want to make you happy, bro. Instead from $10,000.
That even foreigners who come to this country will not see us as beggars. Bro, it's irritating, I must say. Did you watch this IShowSpeed stream in Nigeria? See the way people they pursue in car. Show us love, show us love. Bro, there is no place you go currently in Nigeria that you don't see beggars. If you're a driver, you own a car. When you drive out of your house, you're in traffic, you will see a beggar. If you are not mobile and then you bought a bike or you enter a taxi, before you drop, they will beg you. So I beg, leave the change for me. Now I beg, add small thing for me. You go to the fueling station to buy a fuel or to refuel your car. After you're done and then you want to pay either transfer or via POS, you see them openly tell you, oh guys, add something for me now, add something for me now. You go to the eatery to eat, the person who opens the door begs you. The person who serves you food begs you. And then when you want to drive out, the person who help you to pull out your car so that you don't get hit by another vehicle begs you. You go to the club, the bouncer begs you. The person who serves you drink begs you. You want to travel, you want to use the road, you go to the park, you enter a bus, there's someone who always come and beg. You say, okay, let me use train. The place where they will issue you tickets, there's someone begging there. You say, okay, let me fly. You get to the car that will even take you to the airport will beg you. The person that you see people that will rush to come and carry your bag to beg you. The person who issue you tickets will beg you. Like, immigration will beg you. Custom will beg you. Even the person, oh goodness me. When you get to a checkpoint, they will beg you. Anything for the boys. And sometimes when you don't do for them, they will now try to do it by force, by extorting you. Okay, you say, let me go to church or mosque to go and pray to God. On your entrance to the mosque, you see beggars everywhere. On your entrance to church, you get into the church, the pastor is begging. asking for money, begging. And we need 3 people, we need 4 people who come up here and give us 10,000. Beggars everywhere. You come online, there are beggars everywhere. You're on Instagram, hello sir, I've not eaten, I'm a widow, I have 3 children, I have 4 children, my husband is there, please anything to help me, sir, I've not paid school fees. You go on WhatsApp, you make a little post, your contacts are begging you. You go on Facebook, oh my goodness, that is the home of beggars. Every angle and nook and cranny you put your head in this country, there are beggars everywhere. Down to even foreigners who come to our country. Look at IshowSpeed, who just visited Nigeria few days back. On his stream, you see people running after him. Hey, IshowSpeed, show us love, give us money. The young man was even confused at some time. What do you mean by show us love? Until he got to understand is give us money. Show us love now. Even today, one day, I'm the strongest man. I give me money to make me happy. Bro, dude, do you know the funny thing here is this? I am more scared when, in fact, I'm more worried and scared when I see someone who is properly dressed approaching me than when I'm on traffic and I see someone who looks actually like a beggar coming. Because you see that person that is actually dressed fully well is actually more beggar, is a senior beggar, down to even the one that is on the road, on traffic. So tell somebody make begging an occupation. Where you get this guy for Instagram, where we say you go just they call people out, they beg them money. It's crazy and it's becoming irritating. Nobody say you shouldn't beg, but at least come on.
Show love. Some money. Man. Tell everybody treat sub up, y'all.
IShowSpeed entire Nigeria experience is just different Nigerians begging him for money. In all the other African countries that he visited, you got to see culture, you got to see tradition. The exciting thing in Nigeria, it is literally just begging, bro. As he constantly states, not the type of person for clubs or drinking. You need to ask the question, why is the Nigerian tourism experience so bad? Why is it ingrained in Lagos culture specifically, to constantly beg? I was just in Lagos. The amount of begging and dashing of money you have to do to move around, particularly at the airport, particularly everywhere, is absolutely ridiculous. We need to have a serious conversation about how we can become a global travel destination, because this is getting ridiculous. And it's discouraging people from coming to Nigeria, discouraging people from seeing it in a positive light. We just had the Anthony Josh situation. We have Tinubu. Gotta be better, man. I don't know what's going on. This is so embarrassing.
If you're one of those people that are making fun of those Nigerians for begging Speed for money during his Nigeria stream, make sure you hold the same energy for people who beg Mr. Beast and KSI for money, because it's the exact same thing.
So una don't finally expose Unayash to the public. Una don't do this beggy thing, carry am go international. Tofia! Nigerians, you people were begging IshowSpeed money on the street. Have you seen any American beg Chris Brown for money? Have you seen where they beg 50 cents for money anywhere on social media? Have you seen anybody beg Kim Kardashian or Cardi B money? Look at all your Instagram. You will never see where American will go in their comment and write, do giveaway, bless us, show love. You think they're not hungry in America? There are homeless people in all of the America. You people are just shameless. Nobody is just giving you money. Every dollar, every dime here, you have to earn it. It's either you are working or you are not working. That's our broad life. So they don't have the idea of people begging for money. They don't understand it. So when you see a visitor, somebody come and visit from outside, let's be hiding some of these behaviors from outsiders. Don't be begging. Don't be begging outsiders for money. Oh God, give me. We think everybody is like us Nigerians. It's because we that we have traveled, we don't tell you people the truth. Maybe we'll start doing more of that. There's no guy beg in America. There's no concept of begging for money in America. You guys don't understand what.
Give me money. Money.
Money. What? How are you?
Give you anything?
Show me love.
Show you love? What the fuck is you saying? What? Money? Y'all take US dollars? Bro. What? It says Sergeant Paul Assembly. It's good now though, it's good now.
And I'm sorry, this has to be spoken about. After seeing the whole IShowSpeed controversy with him in Nigeria and people begging, I need a lot of Nigerians to know that even if you want to beg, which I think you absolutely shouldn't, you should go and work. But if you feel like you need to beg, there's a time and a place. There's not been a time I've been in a situation, and I know it's not all of you, but it's just there's not been a time where I've interacted with a big group of Nigerians in Nigeria and they haven't begged me for money. Like half the time I send it because it's like, it's cool, it's whatever. But that's like if you DM me and you ask for money or something. But if I'm in like a social setting, or one time I was playing a game, I think it was Call of Duty, he's using the voice chat to beg, like this is not even funny, and I know you guys are probably gonna drag me, but there's a time and a place. Like it's not every time you meet people you need to beg. Like honestly, it's a really bad pandemic. Like it's really bad, and I understand the situation in Nigeria, but please, there's a time and a place to beg. And once you give them the bloody money, they don't fucking stop. Some boy DM'd me the other day, he asked me for, I don't know, he asked me for money, I sent him 20k. Dookie came back the next week asking me to pay his school fees. I told him I don't have it, I don't have it. He came back again, sorry, I really need your help. Like please stop begging, please.
I would rather have people beg me for money than to be racist to me. When Speed visited Nigeria, okay, people were begging him for money. A lot of them don't even know him. And like, Nigeria is one of the most populous countries in Africa. Okay? So are you really surprised that a country, of course, yeah, it's been economically drained through the resources and through corrupt government and overpopulated, have a celebrity come into the land that not a lot of people know. They only know that he's famous, so that must be, you know, rich, but at least they're not racist to him. I will honestly say, you guys are not talking about Nigeria, and y'all be talking this and that about Nigeria, baby. I'm gonna keep it 10,000/3 million, okay? What I actually really liked about Nigeria is that, number one, he celebrated his birthday there, and actually, like, yeah, it was intense and overwhelming. I probably would have been overstimulated and, you know, whatever. That's why I didn't want to go. But we're not talking about how many birthday cakes they made him. How many people made Speed like 6 birthday cakes, tried to, like, you know, be nice to him. I know people were crazy, they didn't know how to act, awkward. It is awkward as hell. But I will say that they showed him love. Like, Nigeria did show him love. I expected more from Nigeria, 100%, but, you know, it is what it is. They did what they can, and I'm not mad. I'm more like that's like a whole case study with that whole live, but they didn't racism to him. They didn't racism to him like how other places in Africa racism to him. And you know what? Now that the cat's out of the bag, I don't want to be hearing other people from Africa say, you know, no, baby, you're different. We're blacks peoples globally, okay? And just like when he went to Africa, to Nigeria, he saw a side of black people. That's a big side of black people too. Let's be for real, okay? That's not foreign. But is it something that we need to fix? Yes. I think Speed is taking a mirror and just kind of bringing awareness to that. I love it. As a social worker, I love that. God bless that young man. God bless all his journeys in Africa. I will also say that I'm actually also Benin. So, like, my dad's family, actually, his forefathers actually come from Benin. So I'm not only Nigerian, I am also Benin. Fun fact, Know your history. And that's what Speed is doing. He's learning his history in lifetime, and that's beautiful. And, you know, Nigeria, there we already know that the infrastructure for tourism is just not there. So I was expecting worse. I think they tried to do some type of PR cleanup after the other incident that happened, which shall not be spoken about on my page, but we all know what that was about. And I'm not mad. I will say my favorite part of the live when he was in Nigeria was that auntie who was just speaking incantations over that young man was it Yoruba? Listen, child, it made me wanna I can't lie, I kind of got almost like a little emotional for that, because the way she was speaking, you know that the spirit is there. The spirit is there. That's what I'm saying. Like, we have so much work to do, Nigeria. But okay, so we just have so much work to do. The begging. One fun fact about the begging is that begging, actually, this needs to be taken out of our vocabulary, Nigerians. It's so deep rooted in Nigerian people that even we say I beg. Let's remove it from, and if you don't want a Nigerian to start begging, tell them to remove I beg from the vocabulary and see where let's start there. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic slavery, because then again, that's not any time. I hope Speed does a tour of the West Indian Islands. That would be also super interesting. We have a lot to learn here, folks. Take some fucking notes. I'm taking notes.
Breaking news, Nigeria have disappointed Africa. IShowSpeed is in Nigeria right now, and let me tell you, the moment that he stepped foot in Nigeria, they started begging for money. Can you imagine this? They were just running after IShowSpeed, requesting for money for 10,000 nairas. Nigeria is not showing real love to IShowSpeed. They only care about money. They are only going with IShowSpeed because they know that they are going to benefit after. Like, he was put in a school van, and the driver of this school van was blocking IShowSpeed. Like, you are not going to go inside without paying me. Can you imagine this? He refused for IShowSpeed to go inside without paying. If you compare Nigeria with Kenya, first of all, Nigeria is like 4 times bigger than the population of Kenya. The first time that IShowSpeed stepped foot in Kenya, he received genuine love. He got over 360,000 subscribers in less than 2 hours. This is according to IShowSpeed, and this is why IShowSpeed can never forget about Kenya, and he promised Kenya that he will never forget about Kenya, and this is why he continued to go around with the Kenyan bracelet all over the world. I also don't understand why Nigerians, they have to shout. They were not giving room for IShowSpeed to speak. They were just shouting. Let's just hope that Ghana is going to save West Africa.
Show me love. Show you love? Nigerians are begging. See, Nigerians are begging. Like, they always used to tell us that don't pick money from the floor. But they actually never told us, like, you're not supposed to be taking money from strangers that you actually don't know. Because it's still the same scenario. You can still turn to yam either ways. But Nigerians, they must always beg. Show me love. Anything for the boys. Like, just embarrassing. Now the guy's confused. Like, show me love. Like, he's confused. Always begging. Oh, God.
What the fuck is you saying?
The guys.
Give you what? Give you anything?
Show me love.
Show you love? What the fuck is you saying? What? Money? Y'all take US dollars?
IShowSpeed toured several other African countries before coming to Nigeria. He visited several other African countries, and in all the African countries he visited before coming to Nigeria, nobody begged him in any of those African countries. They never begged him for money in the streets. But the moment he landed in Nigeria, the first day, the first few hours, they have started begging him, show me love, give me money. They have started begging him. That is our national anthem, our national culture, begging. begging. They have started begging him. And this is in Lagos, so the richest state in Nigeria. Now imagine if he visits other states. Lagos is the richest state in Nigeria. They are begging him. Beggars everywhere. If he now visits the northern states, they will carry plates and line up and start begging. If he visits other eastern and western states, all the rest of the states, they will line up and start begging him. You understand? That's our national identity. Because of hunger and poverty. After they will say people are making it in Nigeria. They will say Nigeria is sweet. They will say Nigeria is the sweetest country in the world. In those countries he went to and he was not begged. And in this Nigeria that he came to and they are begging him. Where does it show that people are actually making it? Where does it show that people are actually feeding well? Where does it show that poverty levels are low? Where does it show that people are actually where does it show that the country is actually sweet? Which one looks sweeter? Where he went and they did not beg him, they did not show that they are hungry, or where he came to and they are showing that we are hungry? Which one? Is this same youths that are begging him that will still collect 1,000 to go and disrupt elections during disrupt votes during election days? Is this same people that will collect 1K, 2K to campaign for some criminal candidates and all that? Let's continue. Sweetest country in the world. People are making it. Nigeria is sweet. I know, we know. Giant of Africa. Giant of Africa, my foot. Giant of hunger, starvation, poverty.
50,000. What? 50,000. This don't make you happy?
This one cannot buy fuel for me.
What?
Cannot even buy fuel for me. I'm angry.
Damn, how much you, bro? See, so now you picky too?
I told you $10,000 can make me a belly for you. Yes.
Chat, bro.
Guys, this is the moment Lekki Street Boy was captured on camera begging IshowSpeed for money. This Lekki Street Boy, he leg no the day one place. Even IshowSpeed is still dey beg money. All the money he collected from the video no enough you. He still dey beg money for IshowSpeed. If you say IshowSpeed they give money, now live streamer it be just they do normal thing, no they give money. Bro, keep one side now. You two they beg.
What the hell? Where did they come from?
Hey, this is Lekki, this is Lekki.
What?
This is Lekki, come and see Lekki. Come and see Lekki. Who the fuck?
Nigerians are always begging. Bobna, I beg. Nigerians, we are beggars, so Bobna, I beg. Why are we begging? Every time I beg. I beg again. I beg waiting. I beg this. I beg that. I beg go and do this. I beg. Nigerians, we are the real beggars. Nigerians are the real beggars.
IshowSpeed is in Nigeria, and the funniest thing that's happening for me is people begging him for money. And I don't know why other people are upset seeing that. That is normal. When you go to any of those countries, like I went to Ghana, and the way people were running behind me and my husband begging us for money, and even when I go to Cameroon, that is normal. Like, why should they give him a different energy? Like, that's how things are. Like, I thought the whole point was for him to go see a realistic version of these countries. Begging for money is SOP. Like, I mean, I don't mind seeing it coming from like people on the street or kids or things like that. Where it gets really odd is like when I see like officials or people that should be in different positions begging him for money. But yeah, people going up to him and asking for money, or the lady that just gave him her baby. Yeah, that's standard things that are happening. Like, I feel like we shouldn't be ashamed of where we're from. We should just show things the way they are. And him learning about pidgin English for the first time is cracking me up as well. But yeah.
What the fuck is you saying? What? Money? Y'all take US dollars? Bro.
Why are people in Africa always begging Americans and people that travel there, please money, oh, please money, oh, you stingy American. What the fuck is that about, bro? Then when they come here, they look at you, you Americans. But you beg us for money when we go over there. But y'all come over here and say, y'all don't work hard. But your people back home begging for money. Oh my goodness, bro. This doesn't bother me on a deeper level. I'm just making this point because I want to show the hypocrisy in a lot of humans, bro. They say, oh, why y'all in America? Y'all don't work hard. Y'all don't do this. Y'all don't do this. Americans are lazy. Americans are this. there are outstanding performing Americans here that are going binocular buku crazy, and then you got people that's not doing nothing. Just like how your people that ain't doing nothing, where they at? They back in their homeland, itching their face with flies falling out, flies coming out their pores. You feel me? So now there's people in Africa that's getting to it too. What I'm trying to say is there's good and bad people everywhere. But on a mass level in Africa, it's a lot of begging because that land been took over. And mind you, Africa's a huge continent. But every video I ever see of people, I just seen Speed in Africa and they're begging, please money, please money, please. What is that? We don't do that here. The most we gonna do is Speed. Oh, what's up, Speed? We gonna clout chase for like views and stuff, but we ain't gonna please money, please. What's up with that? You ain't see that in America. I'm talking about it looked like his first stop. The kid get on his knees and start scrubbing Speed's shoes. Please money, please. Bro, that would have pissed me off. That would have pissed me off, bro. Because why is he even trained to do that? That's a system. It's no different than the water boys at ATL. Hey man, let me get $1, man. Now that's one instance I can bring up them water boys, but that's cringe for us because that's not even they finessing. They some young finessers, bro. So when I see them doing that, I'm like, Then when you think about the whole Somalian fraud thing, it's like, Then when you think about the Nigerian scammers, and I'm like, Then when the way they look at you, and then when you think about the Casanets, the Nicki Minaj's, they're not black Americans, bro, but they represent a lot of black culture. That's why I said we got to separate from being black immediately. Because a lot of people can funnel into that. Oh, we black. And then when it's not relevant, me no black. Oh, me black. Oh, me no black. They just always tiptoeing. Fuck out of here.
If it's true, this is embarrassing. I don't know why Speed felt the need to explain himself. Why is it always Nigeria? Why do my people feel so entitled? Especially the ones living in Nigeria. Out of all the African countries that Speed has visited, it's only Nigerians that are complaining about him not doing collaborations with them. Are we the only ones? I watched the live stream myself, and don't get me wrong, there were things that I liked. But one of the things that I really disliked was the fact that I saw so many people begging and doing the most. Keep composed. Act like you've been there before. And I saw so many people begging for Speed to do collaboration with Pella. For what reason, I don't know. Wasn't Pella the same person that said if Speed goes to Nigeria, he's going to ignore him? Who told you that when Speed goes to Nigeria, he's going to look for you in the first place? All the begging that you did he even look your way? Speed, I don't want you to think that all of us Nigerians are like that. We have some civilized people, you know. The next time you go to Nigeria, go to Abuja instead.
Well, so Speed recently went to Nigeria, and the feedback that has been coming in from the rest of Africa has been very, very negative, right? You know, I think Speed's tour, it started off very well in Southern Africa, right? Angola, South Africa, things were going up. He came to East Africa, Kenya, Ethiopia, and things even went higher. He went to North Africa, and it was kind of like icky, you know, those guys were doing some shiesty stuff. But he went to West Africa, particularly Nigeria, and oh my god, that's kind of like where it kind of hit rock bottom, right? Because we saw people were begging on the street, right? Everyone was literally begging, and I want to make sure that you guys understand Nigeria is, there's two states that I really don't like in Africa, right? And one is Somalia, and I've said this a lot of times. And the other, of course, is none other than Nigeria. And they're both very similar countries. You guys don't know, Nigeria and Somalia are very similar. Particularly northern Nigeria, where they have a lot of in common with regards to extremism and violence, right? We all know about Boko Haram and Al-Shabaab. I hear you guys call them Al-Shabaab these days. Boko Haram is busy abducting girls and people over in northern Nigeria for ransom, which is kind of crazy, right? The whole country of Nigeria, despite being one of the highest producers of oil in Africa, is still remarkably poor, right? Because most people think just because you have oil that you're suddenly going to be prosperous, but no. You have to have fiscal responsibility, right? You have to have people in power who are actually level-headed, right? And that's why, despite UAE and Gulf countries having about the same amount of oil as, say, Nigeria or Venezuela, Nigeria and Venezuela are hellhole countries, right? That's because the people in power actually take all the money instead of, investing in the countries, right? If you go to Nigeria, people are literally openly defecating in the cities, in the centers of the city, right? In Lagos, they literally have poop police who go around arresting people who are openly defecating on the streets. Can you, bro? That shit sounds utopian, bro. Think about that shit. I mean, there's a point in Nairobi, well, in Kenya, in Kibera, where, you know, people were talking about flying toilets, and that shit was horrible. But it never got to a point where people are openly defecating in the middle of Nairobi. And I'm super glad it never got there, right? And keep in mind, the economy of Nigeria is not even growing that fast, right? It's very dependent on oil. And currently people are moving towards electric cars, as you know, right? BYD is quickly rising up. We're starting to see it in Kenya, right? But Nigeria, so the economy is very fragile, right? And the other thing is overpopulation. Nigeria, bro, is growing at a rate greater than 2%. And keep in mind, they're already the most populous countries. They have close to 250 million people each year. Yeah, living in Nigeria, so it keeps growing by about 2%, which means it adds close to what? Close to 5 million people every year, right? More kids are born in Nigeria than in the entire of Europe. Think about that. But the economy is not growing. They're not investing in infrastructure. They're not investing in energy. Over there, like literally, power blackouts are like the order of the day. And that's one of the reasons I'm really glad I live in Kenya. We have our own challenges, but it definitely does not come close to what's going on in Nigeria, right? The second most populous country is actually Ethiopia. But as you might see, Ethiopia is doing a remarkable job, right? They're investing in JAD, right? That huge dam that's going to produce a lot of electricity, and that's going to help them fuel industrialization. They're also investing in infrastructure, building hundreds of miles of roads, one of which is the Lapsset, which connects, you know, Lamu to Moyale, you know, and yeah, Ethiopia is doing a remarkable job compared to Nigeria. And that's one of the reasons why people gotta flee Nigeria, bro. Nigeria is so bad that, you know, unfortunately, the residents have to resort to very unscrupulous means of survival, right? And that's why, you know, Nigeria is very synonymous with scamming and other, you know, Nigerian prince and stuff like that. Like, yeah, and that's, I'm not saying it's because Nigerian people are bad, right? I don't want you to take this out of context. I love Nigerian folks, because most of them are actually decent people. Same thing with Somalia. A lot of Somalis are actually very decent, right? But their countries are freaking hellholes. And they're the ones dragging back the entire of Africa, right? I mean, you could argue Nigeria is a little bit better, but same difference, right? I mean, Somalia is much poorer, but that's because they don't have, I think it's because they don't have oil. And they think, okay, I don't want to go into Somalia too much, because this is about Nigeria, but really, seriously, West Africa and Nigeria, bro, you guys gotta fix your shit.
News, Nigeria have disappointed Africa. IShowSpeed is in Nigeria right now, and let me tell you, the moment that he stepped foot in Nigeria, they started begging for money. Can you imagine this? They were just running after IShowSpeed, requesting for money for 10,000 naira. Nigeria is not showing real love to IShowSpeed. They only care about money. They are only going with IShowSpeed because they know that they are going to benefit after. Like, he was put in a school van, and the driver of this school van was blocking IShowSpeed. Like, you are not going to go inside without paying me. Can you imagine this? He refused for IShowSpeed to go inside without paying. If you compare Nigeria with Kenya, first of all, Nigeria is like 4 times bigger than the population of Kenya. The first time that IShowSpeed stepped foot in Kenya, he received genuine love. He got over 360,000 subscribers in less than 2 hours. This is according to IShowSpeed, and this is why IShowSpeed can never forget about Kenya. And he promised Kenya that he will never forget about Kenya. And this is why he continued to go around with the Kenyan bracelet all over the world. I also don't understand why Nigerians, they have to shout. They were not giving room for IShowSpeed to speak. They were just shouting. Let's just hope that Ghana is going to save West Africa.
Imagine the moment Speed landed Nigeria, you see a lot of begging, asking for handouts. Imagine, that was so embarrassing. Speed went to Kenya. You see the love people in Kenya was giving Speed. Love, real love. They're just happy to see Speed. But Nigerian own is that you see grown men begging 10,000, give me $10,000. They're already begging for money already. That young man, come on, bro, this boy just turned 21, man. Just turned 21. He already started doing begging. I never see any Kenyan person that was doing begging on live stream. They were doing different activities to show Speed about Kenya, how it is, and Different activities. You come to Nigerian own. The only thing you are seeing is who looking for. They are begging. They're looking for handout. Begging. Ghana, you're the only one that can save West Africa from this bad image. You're the only ones. Because Nigerian own
As we speak, IShowSpeed day, them never see they coming. He did a country of downfall. Charlie be my downfall driver. David be downfall driver. My downfall driver. After they speak, we did downfall inside, bro.
Do we even got $10,000?
You don't take that money.
Okay, look. What about this? What about a band?
What?
One band. One bag.
$1,000?
Yeah.
Make it 5. Make it 5. Make it 5. I'm angry. He did. He's with them, bro. Yeah. Speedy the weather. It's getting cold. Cold enough. Man enter Nigeria. He enter Lagos, right?
Nigeria.
Yes. Ghanaians, we are so interested. We are monitoring. We want to see what our brothers go offer. And you know when you enter Nigeria, and there, a population of over 190 billion people live in Nigeria. Your man hit the streets on the start. We are in Nigeria. Bro, IShowSpeed was welcomed by beggars.
Give you what? Give you anything?
Show me love.
Show you love?
Oh man, bro, I've seen IShowSpeed go to Kenya. I've seen IShowSpeed go here. I've seen IShowSpeed go there. Come here, bro. I've not seen any stream that they beg him. So far, so good. Your man enter in the room for streets. People they chase up, throw me money, give me money, beg me money, pass me money, bro. What do you people they mean? How, bro? Can't you guys comport yourself for at least some few days? How, bro? There was one guy they tell him say make you do P square, chop my money, chop my money. Or as it be like they talk speed, no they hear. So he say okay, chop my money, cause hey, my testimony. After the reggae play the blues, bro. And then, bro, these niggas just, unless they don't see say you be public figure or you're a prompt, bro, then go beg you. Oh. These niggas just begging, bro. From the street side, then take your man enter some museum, tell them, bro, this is our first president of Nigeria. This be some yards to the check hands. I've seen that like ready and Kagane with my bro. This normal steez now. Nigeria, you put it in those normal steez. What you and you know Nigeria they always dominate when it comes to jollof. J for jollof. J for jollof. Jollof starts from Africa, a country called Senegal. If we them bring jollof. He goes Senegal, he chop jollof. The people who originate jollof, he chop for them. He say it be solid. Your man enter Nigeria, then give him the jollof. He tastes the jollof. He says, too much pepper, too much chemical. Too much chemical. Yeah, he said too much. How dang?
Make it easy, bro.
Okay. Chop. What? What's this? Coffee? It be like then spice every bro. Wait, I spice. You must too much. Dang. Moko nation. Pepper nation. You go to pepper them. They just the pepper him. But as your man chop finish, where the Nigerians ask him say, bro, so the jollof you chop for here and the jollof you chop since you come Africa, which one is the best? IShowSpeed opened his mouth and he said Nigerian jollof.
How's the rice?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Nigeria, chap.
Nigeria? Yes.
Come on, dog.
How, bro?
Come on, dog.
Bro is confused.
Bro
is confused.
Nigerian jollof.
Really, nigga?
The people who originate them, you know, like them. He said, wait, you know, one of his bodyguards be Ghanaian, right? Where the guy tell him, oh, You're just rattling. Have you been to GHANA? Share. Bro, every single creator from Nigeria that has visited Ghana where they chop our jollof, they say our jollof is way above that of Nigeria. So if IShowSpeed say they pick Nigerian jollof over all the other jollofs, and the jollof will rise in me. Everywhere he goes. If he come here, we chop on a jollof, he go take some go out. I am go lie. Yes.
Honestly speaking, IShowSpeed experience being in Nigeria so far has been the worst for me for all the country this man have been. Honestly, look at the way Nigeria was begging this man for money. Like, make it make sense. This is what we are talking. The love for money for Nigerians. Nigerians do not care about humanity. All they care about is all about money. You can imagine the number of people who were washing. You see the disgrace, the shame Nigerians have always bringing to Africa. You see the shame. You see the electricity aspect. Everywhere is dark. There's no light when it was screaming at night. Oh, I was really not proud of all this thing I've been seeing. In fact, why did they even take this man to Lagos? Because Lagos is always like this. Basa. Like, I was really ashamed going to Nigeria to witness the level of how these people beg. Nigeria can beg like if say they are the only one going through life challenges. It is once. Please, I would love to see your comments on the comment section. And please, if this is the first time you're coming across this channel, please do not make it your last by subscribing. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for all coming back to the channel. And I will see you in my next video. Bye for now and stay blessed.
Why are people in Africa always begging Americans and people that travel there, please money, please money, please money, oh please money, oh you stingy American. What the f is that about, bro? Then when they come here, they look at you, Americans. But you beg us for money when we go over there. But y'all come over here and say y'all don't work hard. But your people back home begging for money. Oh my goodness, bro.
That's such a lazy stereotype, bro. And if you actually studied Africa and its history, you know that the continent has been deeply affected and shaped by colonialism. Poverty there is a result of colonial rule, resource extraction, and ongoing exploitation. It's not Africans begging. And when Africans there ask Americans for help, it's often because the Western countries have built their wealth by draining their wealth. And if the roles were reversed, you'd see Americans asking Africans for money too. And let's be real, there was only one child who politely asked Speed for money. And Speed was already offering money to other people, and the kid even cleaned his shoes. And Black Americans ask for help in the United States all the time. Every race, every nationality, and every group asks for money at some point in their life because that's just human. Pan-Africanism in practice is possible if people like you stop leaning on terrible stereotypes and actually start doing the work on educating yourself.